Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my new bullet journal flip through for you. Yay! Finally kind of got it set up enough to be able to do one of these videos. I'm just going to open up the notebook and we can get started. Just a note on the notebook, it is a Leuchtturm 1917 medium sized notebook. So this is the A5 size and it is dot grid pages. Okay, so I'm not going to show you the first page because that's just contact details. So here's my index. It's already starting to be filled in quite a lot. This is my key, which you've already seen in my new bullet journal setup video. You can go and watch that down below. There's a link. So this is the yearly overview calendar type thing for the rest of 2016 and all of 2017, although I'll probably end up needing to get a new notebook at some point during 2017, but it's still nice to see everything. Okay, now we've got over the page here, this is something for all of my favorite moments. So a lot of these are still from 2016, so I wanted to kind of copy those over from my old bullet journal into the new one, and then I'll just keep filling this out, and if I need to, you know, create a new page at some point, then I can just flip to the next blank one and do that. Over here we have the beginning of my future log, so this is the rest of 2016. And then over here we're getting into 2017. So I've done 2 months per page. There are some people that do a few more months than this per page, but I find that I like to have a lot of space to be able to write things in and take notes if needs be. And up the top I've just got a sort of little key, a color code key type thing for what each color means. Rest of my future log. Now we start getting into health goals and things. So I'm trying out something new for my goals. On this page here are the different goals that I have for each, this category for health. So in order to reach those goals, I have a current aim, which is kind of the mini goal to this goal, if that makes sense, which is to fit into my size 16 black Glassons jeans, to actually get them done up and be able to wear them and everything. The smallest sort of measure to reach this is to get the jeans past my knees, which they do. I can pull them on and everything, and I can do them up, but they're very, very uncomfortable. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not going to go into too much more detail than that, but if you are interested in learning more about this goal system that I have and how I'm finding it, so maybe I could make another video about this in a couple of months or so, just to let you know how it's all going. The main reason that I wanted to have these removable stickies is because obviously once I do fit into the size 16 Glassons jeans, what's my next goal going to be? Am I going to want to fit into smaller size of clothing that I have in my closet, or a different item of clothing, or whatever? So I like to be able to take this out once I've reached these and then set a new goal. We've got mental health goals, so things like self-care and just like trying to be happy and mindfulness and all of that stuff. Relationship goals, friendship goals. I haven't put the measurements and stuff in yet for those. Creative goals, reading goals, and travel goals. Financial goals. That's all I have for personal goals and stuff. Okay, over the page, I have a blank page here because at some point I would like to create a savings and debt spread, but I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. This page is for my bills, so each month I just go through here and check off what's been paid, make sure everything's good. As you will see further along in the notebook, I do list out the bills that I have in my monthly section. That's what I use to check everything off each month, but this is just kind of a tracker thing. I'm not sure how useful it will really be. This is a little page called I Am Amazing, and it's just really cool things that I like about myself, which if I'm having a rough day I can refer to and feel a little bit better about myself. It's sort of like a pick-me-up page. Over here I have how to have a great day, which is just basically all the different things that I know tend to make me feel better about the day, starting off the day really well. A personal brain dump, which I don't have anything in yet, but I wanted to have a page where I could just put stuff. Books to read, I haven't added any of those in yet either. My 25 books in 2016, because I wanted to read 25 books this year. That was my Goodreads goal, and I have reached it, so yay, very excited. It's not even the end of the year and I've done that, and I've got probably another 2 or 3 books that I want to read before the end of the year, so that's pretty cool. I've left a blank page here for my 2017 reading goal. Not sure what that will be yet, but I'll figure it out before the new year. This is my how-to assignment spread without losing my shit. Just some reminders of kind of the process that is good for me to go through when I'm doing an assignment for school, so that I don't freak out, because it can be really easy for me to get overwhelmed with study stuff because I put a lot of pressure on myself to be a perfectionist, which is not helpful, but having this and just reading through it is really useful. It helps calm me down. I have a study brain dump over here. My teaching toolbox, so this is just a list of resources and stuff that I want to collect over time for my early childhood teaching career. Over here we have my grad dip overview. So this is an overview of all the different courses I have to do as part of my graduate diploma. So yeah, and I just check them off when they're finished, and I put in what grade I get. This is a bunch of notes relating to my dad's website, because I made my dad's website for him. So now we have a list over here of house wants and needs, so just different things that my fiance and I want to get for the house, or things that we need to get for our flat and stuff. Cleaning schedule that we have, so daily, weekly, monthly, seasonally, 6 monthly, and things that happen as needed. So that's just kind of a general list of the majority of different cleaning jobs and stuff that we need to do. Over here we have a house brain dump, so this is just anything relating to our flat and maintenance and just all that stuff. Haven't written anything in there, as you can see. This is going to be for my YouTube goals and my blog goals. I don't have any goals for either of these yet. I need to sit down and brainstorm some of those, but I wanted to have a space where I could put them when I do have those goals. Over here we have my business development timeline, so just different things relating to YouTube and all of that stuff. Different schedules that I have for YouTube, my blog, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I haven't quite worked out the rest of the schedules for these other things, but of course my YouTube one is Fridays at 9 a.m, 10 a.m. New Zealand time. This is my analytics spread, so this is where I track all of the different like social media things and YouTube and my blog and just all those statistics and stuff relating to views and all of that stuff. So that goes there. A business wish list, so different things that I would like to get relating to YouTube and filming, and I have a priority setting as well, so if something's low priority then it can obviously go on the back burner for a while, but if it's high priority then it's something I would really like to work towards getting. And then I have a space where I can put the cost of those different things as well. Business expenses, so different things. This would be like for my domain hosting, for example, and just various other bills like that, or anything else that kind of crops up. This is the video list, so what I do is each week I write down which video is going to be going up on YouTube, and then I have a little checklist, so if I need to do a voiceover I can tick that off once I've done it. Filming, editing, making a thumbnail, uploading, description, scheduling, and then sharing it on different social media and websites. Same with the blog list. A YouTube brain dump, I also have a page for different video ideas, so I'm blurring these out because, you know, I don't want anyone stealing my brilliant ideas, right? This is blog brain dump page, which I really hate this. It is just so ugly, like, oh yeah, and so is this, but anyway, this is for header ideas, so different page headers and stuff, different banners and everything. Over the page we've got daily header ideas, so different things that I could use for dailies, different separators that I could use, a bunch of different little doodles. And then over the page we have baby names. I would like to preface this by saying I am not currently pregnant, and this was not supposed to be titled baby names. It was supposed to be titled favorite names, because I've loved names since I was really little, and so I've just kind of collected them as the years have gone by. But when I was doing this spread, I happened to be watching a video that Anna Ciccone-Jolie put up about baby names that they like but won't be using for their baby on the way. And so I just automatically wrote baby names, and I looked down at the paper and I'm like, no, that's not what I was supposed to write. But I was listening to her talking about the baby and baby names and everything, so there you go. But yes, so this is my little collection of favorite names. Okay, so now we're actually moving into the proper bullet journal thingness of like planning collections and and stuff relating to time management and stuff. So this was the wreath that I used for November, and this was my November setup. So pretty straightforward. I just used my dip pen and ink to make these little things. I actually really liked using this style of monthly log. It was really simple, and yeah, I really liked it, and I like how space saving it is. You know, normally I have such tiny little areas for notes and goals because I do like a big calendar spread over 2 pages, but I actually really quite like this, so I may go back to using this style again in the near future. If you remember earlier, I was talking about my bills, so I have a bills tracker where I write in every month the different bills and stuff that I've had and when they've been paid and everything. But I also put this in my monthly spread as well, the different bills that are due that month. It's just a bit easier for me to just flip to the monthly page and see that and see where it corresponds to what day. Moving on, we have my November review, which was very lackluster in terms of effort put into this spread, but life is busy. So there we go. Okay, so this was a weekly overview page that I did for November 21st to the 27th. I really like this actually. I'm quite happy with this sort of style at the moment and just using my midliners to add a little bit of colour. Study plan that I had for the week, which is really useful actually. I've been thoroughly enjoying having a proper study plan. It just honestly is so helpful. Cannot stress how helpful this is. If you are studying or planning to study, or even if you are working on it like a project for work or something, and there are certain things that you would like to get done or that you need to get done before a deadline, having a plan, an overview plan like this is really, really helpful. Over here I have very, very simple dailies. And that was the end of November. Now we're coming into December. So you would have seen this in my last video, which was my December setup video. You can watch that down below. I will leave a link. This is my December monthly spread, filled in a little bit more now. Again, I have space for goals, notes, and bills. My December gratitude page, my December tracker, and my review, which obviously I haven't filled in yet because I do that at the end of the month. And then we move into November 28th to December 4th. So this is the week just gone. It's currently the 4th today. So again, this very simple weekly overview page with each day of the week and just some of the highlight things. So my work hours, if I have any appointments or anything, that all goes on here. Goals, to-dos, YouTube video stuff, and the hours I work. And then again, I have the study plan. So, alright, moving on. And we have some dailies from last week as well. Again, very simple. I haven't been breaking different tasks down into very much detail lately. So yeah, I haven't used a lot of space, which is good. Over here I have my Christmas gift list. This is blurred out because obviously we don't want to let anybody know what they're going to be getting, do we? Yes, and I will probably put a Christmas card list on this page. And that's all I've got so far. So as you can see, there were a few pages that I haven't filled in yet. There are things that I need to add, spreads that I need to do or finish as time goes on when it's more appropriate for me to do those things. But that's pretty much my bullet journal so far. I'm already into 80 pages, so that hasn't taken long. And most of that is just made up of spreads that I wanted to migrate from my previous bullet journal into this one. So I can actually really see why some people have 2 notebooks. One for spreads that might last for a really long time. So that's things like maybe that collection of names that I like, for example, could go into that bullet journal because it's static. It's not really going to change. Things can be added. So I can totally see why people might have a separate notebook for for long-term collections. What else did I want to say? Oh, that's right. I haven't put the label on this bullet journal yet because I found that with my previous one the label got quite dirty, you know. I mean, I chuck this in my handbag, take it around the place, you know. I'm always getting grubby hands from using different types of pens and stuff, and it just kind of smudged up the spine label and the front label a bit in my previous notebook, so I didn't want to put it on this one yet. Probably if I had multiple notebooks or used the same color, then it might be useful to have some sort of indicator on the outside of which notebook is my current one. But because my previous notebook was pink and my wedding planning one is yellow, it's not particularly confusing for me at the moment. So I'm just going to leave the labels off for now, and maybe I'll put them on when I finish this and I'm ready to kind of put it on the shelf for storage. Thank you for being so patient with me as I've been slowly chipping away at setting this new bullet journal up. I know it's taken me quite a while to get there. So yes, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Yeah, I will see you again really soon. Bye.